that he broke into the woman's apartment, her home, moved things around, and scared her.
And now we have this other incident
In her apartment and installing her security camera. This is right.
Yeah.
He's obviously progressing. It's a step in the progression up to murders. She's lucky to be alive, man.
take this 12, pings in the neighborhood.
This is Reporter Room with Jessica Davies.
Hello, Reporter Room investigators. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have so much stuff to talk about in the Bryan Kohberger case. Oh, lots of new information. Let's get started. My name is Jessica Davies. I'm an investigative journalist, and my job is to analyze crimes, crime scenes, and suspects and show you how to do the same thing. If you haven't subscribed, please do like, share, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a new video or an update.
I'm here to help you.
I'm here to help you. These were Bryan Kohberger's last words to either Xana or Ethan, and they were heard by roommate Dylan. And this is diabolical, him offering to help the victim before he did away with them. Let's talk about stalking and going back to Pullman, Washington colleague that BK allegedly broke into her house, moved things around but did not steal anything, and he had tended and befriended her so that she would come to him and ask him for his help. Moving things around in someone's home reminds me of the Manson family. That's what they used to do. It's incredibly creepy, it's incredibly manipulative, and it shows that he pre-planned things. He tended and befriended her, staged a break into her house, and then offered to install security camera equipment for her. And in installing her security system, he was able to get her Wi-Fi password to install it, and then, according to law enforcement, BK used her own security camera system to spy on her. We know he pre-planned out being able to spy on this colleague, this woman, and she's incredibly lucky to have survived this, because this was him starting to escalate, wasn't it? It was a way of getting power and control over her. What do you guys think? Can this get any crazier? So we're going to be talking about network intrusion. And was BK sitting behind the 1122 King Road house in that apartment complex looking in the windows? Or had he been able to hack into the devices for either Kaylee, Maddie, or Xana? Was he actually spying on the victims? I shared with you about the Washington State University CSI room located on the same floor with the criminology department. It was a room that criminology PhD students had access to. And who was a criminology PhD student who also happened to be a teaching assistant who worked there? BK was. So it's hard to believe that he wouldn't have known about this room. So I believe he knew about it. And if he knew about it, how tantalizing would it have been for him to access this room, which had dash cams and police body cams for 5 different police departments, and use these dash cam and video cams to spy on people. If you think he couldn't be diabolical or clever enough to figure out how to hack this, think again, because what he did to this woman by staging a break-in, moving things around, offering to install a security camera system for her, getting her Wi-Fi password to install it, and then using her own security camera system to spy on her, shows a lot of meticulous planning, deviousness, and incredible attention to detail. What do you guys think? just when you think things cannot get any crazier, I think that this shows planning on BK's part. He could watch her. What was he watching her doing? And then he applied for this position with the Pullman Police Department so he could teach law enforcement. And he wanted to work in technology for the Pullman Police Department. How perfect would it have been for him, a voyeur, to be able to use their technology to select and target future victims? So how many times did BK log in to watch this vulnerable young woman who just wanted his help? And what was he watching her doing? Please cover your cameras, because the ability of someone to hack into your system to watch you is scary, and it's very easy for them to do. So BK took this to the next level because he installed the security system. And from his perspective, this would have given him a sense of power and control over this young woman. He comes in posing as her knight in shining armor, her savior, while he's actually exploiting her trust. This was a well thought out, plotted and planned manipulation strategy to get dominance and control over her. And she is so lucky she is still alive. So let's consider how SKs have manipulated victims in the past, because Ted Bundy, he used to like to take drives. He liked to take long drives. He would drive his own car. He would approach women using his own car, and he would put on a fake cast and ask them to help him with some kind of task. This was a well thought out manipulation strategy to lure women to go to his car with him, where he would attempt to kidnap them and ultimately do away with them. So the relentless, neurotic nature of the stalker, that can take forms of harassing their targets, calling them repeatedly, sending gifts and flowers. But if these things don't work, if DMing someone over and over on Instagram doesn't work, this perpetrator can escalate into even more intrusive behaviors, such as spying on and stalking their victims. Spying is the ability of someone to actually peep in or look in to see what you're doing, catch you at your most vulnerable. But law enforcement may have the final win in all of this, in being able to use this technology against BK. Because guess what? Kaylee had a Bluetooth speaker in her bedroom, and this Bluetooth speaker could provide additional key pieces of evidence in the Idaho case. Get this, a source with knowledge of the investigation revealed that she had the Bluetooth speaker in her bedroom, and even if the phone is in airplane mode, could this still potentially connect to a Bluetooth device? What do you think? But if BK's phone connected to Kaylee's Bluetooth in one of the 12 times that he was going up to the 1122 King Road house late at night, this could be another thing that proves that BK was there. Please subscribe, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this craziness. I cannot wait to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.